How you doing? Welcome to the Xenophobic channel, and this is Doctor Who, which is now, according to reports coming off the internet, that Doctor Who is now too politically correct. This is obviously focused from some of the new series 11 that they're saying now that it's too focused on social issues such as racism, which comes from the episode about Rosa Parks, civil activist, references to the Tunguska conundrum, the one that's just finished with Little Stitch, that it focuses on attributes about male pregnancy, or males in general, in reference to pregnancy in general, among other things. Not sure where that news is really going. It really hasn't become too politically correct. If you're going to say that, then you may as well say, well, why do we have a female doctor as opposed to a male counterpart? I mean, is that part of a whole political issue about taking male gender stereotypes and turning them into female gender stereotypes? I mean, I don't know. I mean, where do you end? I mean, as I did say earlier on in the video, that there are aspects of the series that were played that could have doomed it, and I said that before, and I'll repeat myself again in case you haven't seen the other videos about the time slot that it was put at, the day that it was put at, the change of producer, to name but a few reasons. But you know, the fact that it's, and of course there's the ratings, you know, you rant on about ratings again, and that, you know, and the audience appreciation, but don't get me wrong, they are important. What can you rate a series on if it's not about the appreciation figures, its percentages, and the amount of bodies that are watching it each week? But when you come, you know, it's almost people have got to blame something, and you've always got to say, for heaven's sake, it's still on the TV, remember. Okay, look, the ratings started off, you know, really favourable, 8.2 for episode 1, and then episode 2 they dropped to, you know, 7.1. You know, still a really good story. Episode 3, yeah, was one of the best. As I said, you know my feelings on Rosa. Episode 4 was dog shite, for obvious reasons. And then episode 5, which is last week's, was mediocre. But yeah, you have lost you've lost 2 million per episode. Yeah, so, well, yeah, I mean, it has dropped. You've got, as I said, you've got 8.2 and you've got 7.1, 6.9 or whatever it was, and now you dig down to 6.2 again. So yeah, the audience has dropped. The audience has gone away by 2 million viewers. But I mean, that generally that does happen. You know, everyone has wanted to tune in to Jodie Whittaker, and you know, by episode 5, you know, it's consistent. If you're going to say this and you're going to say that, I mean, Doctor Who is Doctor Who. You know, the fluctuation, the overnights do fluctuate. You'll gain another 500,000 to 1 million after you process all the overnights and playback TV, or the rewind TV, all that rubbish. So, you know, you got to remember, it's still doing over 6 million viewers. You know, when it drops down below 5.9 to 5.5, then you can worry. But at the moment, it's, you know, apart from the 2 million that's been lost, it's leveled off now. So the excitement's over. You know, you're 5 episodes into 10. So let's now just play it through, and let's critique. I mean, you can critique like I am. You can critique each episode, and then when the full season's over, then you can give an overall assumption. But people always have an opinion, and people are always going to rate. But at the end of the day, the fucking program is still on. You know, when it gets aired again for 12, if it gets axed again, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it just happens for the time being. The show that we all know and love is still on the TV. So stop fucking moaning and let's just watch it. Watch it. I mean, if we don't like an episode, we don't like an episode. That's it. But it's still on the TV. So either let Doctor Who be what the creators want it to be. I mean, it's sci-fi. It's not dealing. It's sci-fi. It's not dealing with scientific aspects. It is. It's just. It's taking things from the past and making them into a sort of modern twist with those sort of aspects. I mean, it is science fiction. It's time travel, remember, and whatever aspects they generally put in. It's not always going to be about the bloody Daleks or the Cybermen and all that stuff. Although we've had them. I mean, you've had those in the past. I mean, Doctor Who has always dealt with subject matter like that. I mean, if you think about it, and I won't go back into too much of its past, but I mean, the Daleks were based on the bloody Nazis. The Draconians were Labour government. What else? Not the colony. Yep, colony in space as well. I mean, you had the uprising of the Thals and the Daleks again. Genesis of the Daleks, the dictatorship of the Thals against the sort of Labour government and the Conservative government was the Thals and the Khalids. So, it's just the Sunmakers was all about taxation and what the government does to people and people jumping off the edges of buildings. I mean, you've always had that. Okay, it's always been tongue in cheek, but those politically correct things have always been there. So it's nothing new. You've just got to look back far enough to just see that. Look, I don't know, people have got to put in the tabloids and do all that as well. But I mean, Doctor Who has now become this, Doctor Who has now become that. For fuck's sake, it's still on the TV. So just let it play through. And if we get another season, and I tell you what else annoys me a little bit, is that what they're doing now, I'm going to go back to 2005 again and just, no rose-tinted glasses, I'm just saying, when it started off, March 2005, you have a season in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008. What is all this 1 month, 1 year off bollocks? I mean, you've got like the fact that now we've just had, not to mention the fact that the time shift has moved back from March, and now you're back to its original autumn shift that it was originally when it was axed back in '89. It had that autumn thing, which is never, in my opinion, never great for it anyway. They moved when it was revived. They come back to March. You had the 10 million viewers. That March, and then it ends around the summer holidays, June, July. That was a good time for it. That's when it was revamped. That's the time schedule they put it back, and the ratings were good. You've now gone back to the doomed autumn slot again, and then by December, you've then ending it around Christmas. And don't get me started about the fact that it's not going to be on Christmas Day. They're now moving it to fucking New Year's Day again. I've ranted about this before, changing things that could doom it but possibly won't affect it. But look, so now, so you haven't got it on a Christmas Day. Don't get me wrong, it's still on. I'm not moaning about that. Actually, they are moving it from a traditional 10-year slot on Christmas Day, which generally does well because there's fucking nothing else on Christmas Day, unless you want to watch Indiana Jones or Raiders of the Lost Ark or fucking God knows what else for the 100th time. From that point of view, but you've now got this situation where they're not starting to film the first block of a new season until a following year. So you're actually not starting again a new season the following year. That's when your production starts. So you are missing every other year crap. Which actually, what you can't actually say is, oh, Doctor Who's been running for 11 years. Well, actually, no, it's been televised for fucking 8 of them. Because 3 of them, or either because the actor was too fucking knackered to do them, or they were changing the Doctor again. Relax. No, look, it's just something I'm passionate about, and I don't know. You take one individual like me who just does it and praise it and likes it, and then you've got the other end of the spectrum where they it's to this, it's to that, and it's to this, and it's to that. And so yeah, well, you have a viewpoint, and you've got to look at that from two different perspectives. It's on the fucking telly. Appreciate it for that much, because I tell you what, if it goes again, and at the moment I will reserve my judgment. If we do have another 5 piss poor episodes and a god awful one on New Year's Day, then I would say that just pull the plug and put it to rest again, because it's had so much chop and change to get it right. And if they don't get it right now, after all the changes they've done, it does question what they can do with next. And if they have to call it and press the button again, the revival won't be coming back for a foreseeable time, because people are so pissed off with it from time to time that it seems to be more negative about it than positive. But I'm going to stay positive, because it's my show, and it's everyone else's show as well, for those who feel passionate and have stuck with it for so long. So but anyway, that's my rant over. Hope you enjoyed it. I thought you might find it helpful. I certainly have. Gets it off my chest anyway. Tabloids would be tabloids, and people have their opinions, and we're all entitled to them anyway. So I've just merely voiced mine anyway. So if you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, drop some notes there in the comments, and let's have a bit of a conflab. Let's have a bit of a change of opinion. We can throw back each other's comments there as well. Thanks very much for listening, and I will see you all on the next video. Take care of yourselves, people. Thanks now. Bye-bye.